A few days ago, I wanted to play Mega Man for DOS, but I wanted to play it on a computer I had, which was like a Pentium. It's an old PC, but it's like much later era than the game was written for. It runs too fast on that. So I wrote this patching utility that'll patch the game and make it run at a reasonable speed, at like regardless of CPU speed. So that's what I'm going to play tonight. I'm going to play through Mega Man for DOS with my patch applied to make it run at fine speed. I'm playing it in DOS box. I could slow down the CPU, but this instead runs at a specific even frame rate that you can choose. You can make it faster or slower. That's the first option there. So yes, it is DOS box. I've actually played through this on that Pentium that I was talking about, but that would be a lot more work to set up to capture. And the experience should be pretty much the same. So there is a weird thing about like the window it captures. You might see like the bottom of the screen has a little bit of, it's not covering that. And that's kind of how it is. The game didn't fill the whole screen. It's like it's doing something really weird with the video mode. Like it's made it turn off after a certain number of lines. And that's sort of authentic. I don't know. It's a strange game. Oh yeah, here we are. Get my joystick working. There we go. So the first thing is this dog comes out of nowhere. So Eclipse Moon, I've not heard of a Brazilian Mega Man comic. So if you want to avoid the dog, you wait till just after it jumps and then run. You can also just run straight through. It'll damage you a bunch, but the dog's not powerful enough to take you out if you keep moving. If you try and fight it, you probably won't have much luck. So where do we go first? I need to turn that sound down a little bit in my ears. So feel free to tell me about... It's officially licensed, but one has to assume that nobody at Capcom actually read it. Okay, so there's a Brazilian comic that Capcom said yes to that is weird in some way, or I don't know. So this room, never liked this room because the bats come down from above, but they hover just above your shot, so you have to jump to shoot them. And then the frogs all go underneath your shot. That's sort of the big complaint about this game. Like, everything you gotta shoot at kind of sits underneath where you can shoot. Oh, I got that rat to stand. Oh, man. Well, not off to a good start. So those rats sometimes stand up. The frogs sometimes jump, but it's so hard to hit them in flight. And the bats just keep coming. You gotta break down that wall. This time I won't dilly-dally in this room so much. Alright, so this... What? I got blasted by a steam vent. I'm not doing well here. Just get past him. Well, it took like most of my life there. So let's move faster. So there's actually... Oh no! I've already game overed. Let's try this again. So the weird thing is it's not entirely clear what speed this game is supposed to run on. Because there's never like a computer given in its specifications or in the box. I've seen like scans of what came with the game. So there's like a hidden ladder right here to get that E-tank, which is kind of strange. I don't think I can shoot this. I think if I had something, a weapon... Oh. I got frogged. I gotta start over again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like... there wasn't a good speed limit on it, and clearly it was developed for some amount of slowdown, but... it's not clear how much. So, when I put in my patch, you have options for basically how many frames you divide the video signal by. So, like, at 1 frame per video frame, it's way too fast and not playable. At 2 frames, it's playable, so that's half speed. And I guess that's like 35 hertz, because VGA... That's the other thing. EJA ran at 60 hertz and VGA was at 75 hertz, so there's a difference there, or 70 hertz, so there's a difference there too. It's kind of... There's so many factors. So at a factor of 2, it's playable. It feels a little bit fast. A factor of 3 is what I'm playing now, and it feels about right. So this is about 17.5 hertz or something like that. 17.6. I can't remember. 70 divided by 3. Oh yeah. I already got the E-tank. Is that not another game over? I am doing very badly. But yeah, like every model computer will run this at a different speed. I mean, this came out in 1990. There were obviously much faster computers than what this was developed on at the time, but it just depended on what you bought. What if I try a different stage? I don't think that would help, though. Let's try Dynaman stage. Ah, the bees. So it seems like 2 or 3 is probably something like what was reasonably intended. And speed 3 seems pretty close, or maybe identical to what speedrunners seem to be using on speedrun.com. They do a thing where they set DOSBox to a specific CPU speed, but DOSBox CPU speed isn't really a precise emulation. It's a very kind of approximate figure, so like a speed of 500 doesn't really mean anything in particular. It's just kind of like an arbitrary number that doesn't match any particular CPU, but... Oh no. Just trudge through the lava there. I can't shoot that down? Oh no. I'm done for. There's a checkpoint. Checkpoints are good. Pass this garbage chute here. Anyhow, so like my patch just evens the field. Now it'll run at a speed of your choice. I made 3 the default, because it seems pretty reasonable. As reasonable as this game gets. Why is it dropping a thing now? Wow, okay, I got through it. We got the drips. Now what? More boxes and bees. I like how the bees are carrying like this 3-arrow device that drops down and bounces. Can I destroy this hand? I actually think that, like, I don't think the mechanics of the level design or the enemy design is very good. I don't think the art is that bad, or, like, in a lot of cases, a lot of it looks pretty good. I don't seem to be able to kill this arm, so I'm just gonna run past. There's a drill. And I'd actually go as far to say, I think this heals you. No? Maybe it recharges your weapon or something. They seem to... I thought these had a beneficial purpose. They might recharge your weapon. But yeah, I don't think it looks bad for, you know, this platform at this time. And I think the... Oh, okay, I can't actually get past these without taking damage. Unless I have some other weapon, which I don't. So here's hoping I survive. Ah, I made it. Okay. Boss time. Do I have... I don't have any extra... I have an E-tank. Might use it. I was reaching for the escape key to pause. If I continue, oh, it restarts the stage. Well, this one now seems like it's doable. I think I've got the hang of it. Yeah, like basically all the enemies come in at heights that are very inconvenient to shoot at. Like that's a big minus. So it's not fun to fight anything in this game. And the level design is not great. I actually think the engine is pretty good. Mega Man 3, it's still pretty good, but the water physics are really weird. It takes some getting used to. I wouldn't call them great, but... Yeah, every once in a while you get... Yeah, I probably could have shot that one when I was trying to get past it. But yeah, I kind of feel like this same engine with a fix so that it actually runs at some specified frame rate instead of something assigned by your computer by accident. Like the engine's pretty solid. With different levels, this would be pretty good. Is how I kind of feel about it. And I feel like Mega Man 3 actually has kind of better levels. They're still not good, but factor of 4? It would just be a 30% slower, or what? Well, it'd be 70 hertz divided by 4. Whatever that is. Oh no. I thought I could handle this. Let's go to Voltman stage. 17.5, so that means right now I'm at 20 point... 23.3? Wow, I took a lot of damage from everything. Just no! I just wanted to get to that pellet. I don't keep the E-tank. I do keep the E-tank. So there's a trick here to skip the level, but I don't want to use it. If you fall at the beginning, you hit the ground, and there's kind of like a kill area. But if you use an E-tank, if you pause on the same frame, you take damage, and then use an E-tank, you can then continue falling through that area. How do I get through this? I better stop the mosquitoes first. What you don't, maybe you can't see, but maybe it's apparent, is that there's this magnetron or something pushing me back here. Oh, okay, I had to jump through it at a weird angle. So yeah, this stage has the magnets that push you back and forth. Please get me away from the mosquitoes. Oh, the bomber bees. Or bomber flies, I guess. Some sort. So yeah, Factor 4 is a little slower than this, but it's not. Trying to find a good timing for this. So I think I'm gonna go. Oof. Too early still. At least I got that health. Okay, so about halfway between the pulses is a good time to start pressing left, it seems. So that just sucks you right into the middle without having to do any work. Now. Oh, too late. Kind of tight. Made it. Made it. Ah! Oh no. So once these spiders hit the ground, you can't really do anything about them. If you're lucky, you can hit them in the air before they hit the ground. Okay, what's in store for me now? Mosquitoes! Thank you. Ooh, one up. So there's an E-tank here, but I can't blow it up. I need a weapon to blow up that wall. And I don't have one. Oh, I forgot there's more of these. Oof. Okay, well, it's my last life. Oh, I'm back here, eh? Whew. think I got the timing down on this now, though. Got it. Spider time. Nice. The one that got away. Not too bad. Okay. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are really hard to hit. I think that's partly because of the how fast they move relative to the frame rate. Okay, let's see if I can do these. Yes! Yes! I made it. Oh, the jellyfish. Or electric amoeba, or whatever it is. This is just an electric eel, isn't it? The blue color makes it seem transparent, but I think I'm being unfair to the EGA palette there. Yeah, I would say that 4 is a reasonable setting. I mean, the only thing is the low frame rate. Like all the original Mega Mans, they move smooth. This is not super smooth. Like 20 hertz is not the smoothest Mega Man. Alright, this one we can only hit when the shield comes off. Seems not that bad. Ooh. I'm gonna use that E-tank. Hope I don't regret this. Oh no! Oof. I got my speak and spell. Voltman has been destroyed. New weapon system. Well. I guess I should go after Dynaman. I believe Dynaman is weak to Volt. Yeah, Mega Man's face on the select screen. The Mega Man's face on the select screen in Mega Man 3 is wonderful. He has this perfect worried expression that I love a lot. So this is the part that once you fall in here, it's the end. Can't jump out of that one. Oh, so I'm gonna have to restart. That's a game over. I don't know what Mega Man we were up to when this game came out. Well, you can look up whatever Mega Man was out in 1990. Mega Man 3 for DOS came out in 93. It was like super late. Like, Super NES was already a thing. Like, I think Mega Man X came out the same year as Mega Man 3 for DOS. Oh, I just jumped into that. Let me out. Oh. That's my trick. Turn around so it'll knock you forward instead of backward. It dropped 2 flames. They called it what? Because one of the bosses looked like Sparkman. I don't know, I hadn't read anything like that. What I'd read was that, so Steven Rosner was a Capcom employee. He made this game, like, at home. And at some point, he decided it was done, and he just asked Capcom, he was like, hey, can I publish this? And they said yes, for some reason. And so they did. But Mega Man 3, I don't think he had any belief that he would be allowed to do that again. So Mega Man 3 was supposed to be another game called Eco Man. And then at some point, Capcom decided, or maybe he decided to pitch it to Capcom just to see, and they said, okay. And so they converted it to Mega Man. So this one was supposed to be a Mega Man game from the outset, at least in its author's mind. But Mega Man 3 wasn't. It was supposed to be something else first. Come on, take damage. Oof, why was that so close? Dropped 2 flames. Oh, well, no, the robot dropped 2 flames. This game drops 2 frames between every frame, as I have programmed it to do. Alright, so I'm 2/3 of the way through. Here's Sonic Man stage again. Did I get to Sonic Man before? No, I didn't. You know what? This power would probably be really useful in here. Oh, except I can't open the door with it. So no, it's useless. Alright, well, that went okay. Let's hoping the rat would stand up. Okay, the E-Tank's back, which is good. You can grab it again. Hypnospace Outlaw. I have it, but I have not played it yet. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I played the author's other game, Dropsy the Clown, which was kind of neat. I haven't actually gotten around to playing Hypnospace Outlaw yet. Oh! So I'm looking forward to Hypnospace, but yeah, I haven't played it yet. So I can't comment on it at the moment. Oh, I think I just got an extra life. Helpful that. Oh. At this point, I'm just hoping for a checkpoint before I explode. Nice. That was exactly the checkpoint. Oh, does Jay Tholen have a Twitch channel? I did not realize. I should check out his channel later. All right, the bat room. Oh, they're gonna chase me the whole way, aren't they? Do I need to refill that V? Yeah. Ah, that felt unfair. So don't even try and inch out over that electricity. It'll fry you right away. Oh. Just keep coming. Oh! Ah. So in this one, you do get to keep your energy tanks when you continue, which is cool. I don't think you get to do that in Mega Man 3. That's interesting. Never know if that rat's going to stand up or not. So I can grab this E-tank again, and that one up again. So that's nice. Oof. I should just... These frogs are deadly. Oh, there's 3 of them. I didn't think there'd be so many. Alright, checkpoint. Let's get exploded by a fish again. Wow. How am I doing for lives? 1 extra life. I like how there's like shoes down here on top of these radioactive waste barrels. Just a bunch of shoes. All facing the same way. I don't know if this one was supposed to be Eco Man though. But it might make sense, because like the enemies in this are similarly like there's definitely a pollution, oil, radioactive waste sort of thing going on, and all the enemies are like mutated plants and animals in Mega Man 3 for DOS, but in this one it's less clear whether that was part of the theme or if that was just what we thought should be in a Mega Man game or something. I don't know. Please let me get that. I think the one below is on a deadly thing, but I guess I could grind bats until I get my health back, eh? Eco Nightmare. Never heard of that one. At least, don't think I've heard of that one. There's... I don't know. There's some games I vaguely remember from like the 90s. There was a lot of Save the Planet themed stuff going on at that time. Going back down that ladder just puts you back with the bats. There's something over there. It's not an E-tank. I think it's like just some health power-up or something. Something I don't need. First person point and click with FMV. I don't know, that doesn't seem familiar. Alright, that one jump is really terrible. Gonna have to guess. Oh! That one I could have waited for. That one was my fault. But to get to the third block, you basically have to guess a timing and jump. This thing gonna... Why couldn't it drop something useful like health? Nope, too early. Not in this water. The other water looked the same color. Oh, I made it to the boss. Okay, I've got 3 lives and 2 energy tanks. And the correct weapon. I feel like I should just let it have a life at the checkpoint. Ooh. It bugs me that this boss's weapon looks nothing like the actual weapon you get. Okay, so dynamite is Sonic Man's weakness. There we go, 1 shot. Sonic Man has been destroyed. All 3 masters have given up code keys via speak and spell. But Dr. Wiley is still waiting. Press fire. Dr. Wileys are waiting to take your call. I like how the same picture of Mega Man is kind of like copy-pasted in a bunch of screens. Alright, Wily stage. This is the last level of the game. Hopefully I don't blow it. I think I'm getting the hang of this game. Oh, I missed. It's actually a really terrible and hard to aim weapon. Yeah, it's interesting that some of the water in this game is the cyan color and some of it's the blue color. There's gonna be another frog. They're just so hard to hit. Like most of the enemies in this game. So I played through this game a bunch of times with cheat codes on that make you invincible, and that gave me the false impression that these are easier to destroy. Than they are. I had like a really good strategy for. Oh no, I'm out. This boss for when I didn't take damage, so I could just like walk through Sonic Man's shots, but now that I get stunned by all of them, I'm not sure it's so effective. Oh, got it. So I guess I can refill that. You're on level 2 of Robot Hell. I'd say the whites in the eyes are kind of hard to notice on a CRT. There's like a ringing in the signal that makes it even hard to pick up in general. Like NES graphics aren't really as precise as they look in an emulator. Hi there, Liz. How's it going? Doing some late night Mega Man. I am enjoying this game. Oh, I forgot. Boltman's first stack should really use the appropriate weapon instead of taking a ton of damage on this boss. I got good at avoiding him, and he was the first one I defeated. And now I've lost every bit of that skill somehow. Alright. I don't know, I'm a little bit torn on what the authentic experience is. Like, a lot of pixel art would have been drawn on a computer, like a PC with a nice monitor and like magnified pixels. So like the artist might have put the pixels there to be seen, and then they're just the CRT that was the real NES experience that you'd see it on was not necessarily like that might be a corrupt version of what their vision was. But there's other cases where it seems like the artist probably was taking that into account and really wanted it to look good under those conditions. And it's hard to tell what's what. And probably in a lot of cases, like both are true to some extent. So you can't just say that one is the real one and one of them's fake. Like there's probably arguments for both. Like I made the game Lizard, and in that game, you know, I definitely know about CRTs, and I definitely auditioned like all the graphics in that game. I guess I'd better use this E-Tank on CRT, but I also expect people to play it on emulators and with square pixels instead of the oddly shaped pixels. What am I using here? Sonic on... Okay, Volt on Dynoman. I forget its name now. Oh. I feel this weapon might be harder to use with the... Well, the weapon's probably just hard to use, but I think it might be harder with a joystick. Oh yeah, the one Sniper Joe. Oh, there's two. Well, there's a few, I guess, but... Alright, here we go. Sonic power. I got him. Dr. Wily has surrendered Mega Man, or Mega Man has saved the planet. Thanks, Dark Deity. How's it going? Yeah, so that's Mega Man for DOS. So it's time for Mega Man 3.